I'm Keith Edmonds. My background is originally in theoretical physics. I used to work at CERN and transitioned into data science. So that's machine learning and advanced analytics. And now I have a board position for the Equal Vote Coalition, and I'm the director of research for Canada for the Equal Vote Coalition. So if you measure PR in the traditional sense, there's a bit of a spectrum, and single member plurality is probably the worst for PR. But I would say that approval voting is probably halfway down that line. And then you have the fully PR things over here. So we could have easily gotten halfway, and that's halfway on one metric. There's dozens of important metrics. I'm never going to say proportional representation is the be all and end all of electoral reform. It is one thing, and I would also argue that it's probably not the most important thing. I don't know what the most important thing is. Probably expression, being able to express yourself on the ballot is probably the most important thing to me.
We got another comment. Single district approval was used in Greece and it led to multi-party democracy. That's like a really important thing for people to understand. That like when some of the leading voting scientists, Warren Smith, Clay Shentrup, yourself, Jameson Quinn, whoever, say proportional representation is not the end all be all, just getting a significantly better single winner is a big deal.
Because of accountability, I would say is the main thing. So if I'm getting a representative, that representative actually has to listen to and represent me. And why I would also be reasonably happy with a single winner system, because you have a lot more of that. If you have a multi-winner system and you have 5 representatives, then you're going to write 5 emails and every single one can go, this is the other guy's problem. And I kind of am uneasy about that. I've spoken to Australians that have that, but I've never spoken to an Australian that has talked to their member of parliament. I'm not sure that that's part of their system. And is that not part of their system because they don't have single member districts? I think there's a lot of investigations into these sorts of more political effects that could happen. And so I'm kind of uneasy about giving up having a one-to-one relationship with your representative. I'd rather improve that one-to-one relationship. And if we could do that, have a one-to-one relationship and have PR, then that is what I think is the kind of creme de la creme. And there are ways to do this. So that's kind of my goal, but it's not really in the narrative. It's not something that's talked about on virtually anywhere.